to Nasty Knuckles, the Hockey Outlaws podcast, with your hosts, Derek Nasty Settlemyre and former Philadelphia Flyer enforcer Riley Cote, as they go behind the scenes with your favorite NHL players. Time to face off.
Welcome back. What's happening, Nasty?
What's up, Rig Aurelia? Back in the greenhouse. You're all over the map. I don't know where to find you anymore. You look like you've grown some stuff back there. I hope you got a license for that.
Oh, for that cacti and a couple of those weeds back there?
Yeah, if that's what it is.
They're
If
all
you
street
say
legal,
so.
Nast. They're all street legal.
If you say so.
Yeah,
If you say
I got some herbs, got some.
The old cacti. Will you stick
yeah.
your finger in on that thing?
Nah, I just observe it.
Did you see that? Did you see that video on, I think I saw it on Instagram, but some guy walks out in his front yard.
Oh, I saw that.
Porcupine. Like, what do you think it's going to
He was like looking right up the porcupine's ass and he got blasted.
What do you think's going to happen there? It's not a little kid that doesn't know. Like, oh my God, I must have watched it.
Shot like 100 of them.
I screenshot it to watch it in slow-mo, and they're hitting him all over the fucking place.
They were ricocheting off the side of the house, too.
I know.
All over the place.
I have to say this. I didn't realize they could I didn't realize they could shoot like that. I didn't know that.
You never been shot by a porcupine nest?
One time, but it was dark, so I didn't know. I thought I ran into it. Oh, I'm kidding.
Oh, man.
Buddy, what a time we had last weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Florida, man, BKFC Ice Wars 3. Wow. Like, it was even better than I thought. You know, like I knew it was going to be awesome on the ice in the arena, the Amarant Bank Arena there. But it was fun having you there as you're a part of it as well, obviously. And, Mike Scroy in the house. Didn't even recognize him at first. Didn't even recognize him.
Yeah, man. It's nice to see him.
Yeah. But, you know, Charlie Nama, we've talked about this a lot lately, but he's just done an unbelievable job. Ian Heinisch, being the president, Charlie's CEO, just what an event, dude. The production, you know, David Feldman was there, you know, obviously owner of BKFC, who's bought into the Ice Wars part of it. And these guys they just got in their rigs. I mean, I don't know. I'd like to get your thoughts, obviously, because this is what you did for a living for a while. As you know what I mean, like playing hockey, but you did have to chuck the knucks, as we all know. But what were your thoughts on all of it?
Well, walking into the building, I'm not going to lie, I had a little anxiety, you know, because it was like almost like I knew I wasn't fighting, but I'm like, hey, you know, rolling up in the side of the rink here.
Yeah.
You know, knowing what's going on and then, you know, stepping on the ice and meeting a few of the guys. You know, Charlie came and met me and then bringing me back to the locker room area where I saw you and the fighters.
You saw me in my office.
In your office. Yeah, it was giving me, you know, flashbacks and the energy behind it, right? I mean, it's like behind the scenes, like, you know, you saw it more than anybody, how I was wired and what I was doing back there. But it definitely... that piece brought me back, but it was nice to be on the other side of the fence and observe and just watch these guys get into, you know, the mental state and focused. And, you know, these guys are like legitimate fighters. You know, you got, you know, a former UFC guy in there, BKFC. I mean, the guys that like were training MMA. So like, you know, it's like a martial art to them. And then you got the, you know, straight up gangster hockey fighters that are coming in and doing their thing. But it was an unbelievable event, as you mentioned. The production, you know, they brought the A squad in for that for sure at BKFC. You know, the support all around, seeing a bunch of legendary fighters, Tito Ortiz and company, and all kinds of other guys, Scroy Doctor, obviously. So it was just an amazing event, and just seeing an opportunity for some of these guys. You know, like they see a path forward. Just like, you know, there was a path forward for me back in the day, obviously within, you know, the current, it was at that time, the current NHL, but there's a path forward for guys that might be looking for an opportunity to, you know, to get their name out there and to, you know, to be a new champion in a new combat sport. So I thought it was well done. The energy was really, really, really solid. The fights were all good. Lots of blood. There
Yeah,
was a lot more
lots
blood.
of
I mean, there
blood.
was a lot of blood. I mean, you must have been cleaning those jerseys up big time back
Oh
there.
my God, man.
But yeah, it was nice to see how much Charlie poured into that, because you talk to him more than anybody, but I could imagine how much stress that guy was under.
Oh.
That's a big time event at a big time rink. No joke.
Yes, for sure. It was like you said, it's so cool. It's, the way it is, it's like there's two teams, but you know, for me, it's a little different. Like, hey, I'm not just the equipment guy with the Flyers. I'm the equipment guy for the red corner
Yeah.
and the blue corner. So, I'm back and forth in there, and you want to just see, like, I love combat sports, obviously. You want to see it, but then the human that's doing it as well, and you feel bad, but they know what they're getting into. And the funny thing is, just like our guest today, Vicious, I call her Vicious, but V Ruley, Christina Berry, like, she'll be back. Like, we'll get into
Oh
that
yeah.
more. We'll get back into that more later. But here I am. I feel bad for her because she just had her. It's funny. She actually said I look like Frankenstein, but she's totally fine leaving. I'll do it again.
Yeah.
It's and there's a time where
It's humbling at the moment.
yeah, right. Like there's times where you gave a guy a licking, or maybe you got one, but you're like, I'll be back. Like I guess that's the mentality that these warriors have. But there were a lot of good fights, man. Colton Hayes, old Hollywood, he opened it up there with
Oh
JS
yeah.
Bergeron, and they were just chucking, and Hazy ended up winning it with TKO. But I mean, it could go down the list. They did really well, and Charlie said the next morning when he finally was like looking at his emails, he already had 50 applications in for the next
Wow.
for the next
Amazing.
BKFC Ice Wars. So just a great time. It's good having you down there. And Chris Tarrant, our friend, was doing the
Yeah.
play-by-play with Ian
Right, Bundy.
Heinisch. And the funny thing is, one time I was sharpening a skate, dude. You want to talk about deja vu? Bundy walks around. Now, not as a player, but when he was doing the
The TV,
TV stuff,
NBC.
it was exactly what would happen. He would come around that corner in the hallway, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Yo, dog!" And we just both started laughing. He was like, "Deja vu, man. That's unbelievable." But it was a great time. Everyone there did an unbelievable job, and I can't wait for the next one. We haven't announced it yet, but we have some news coming up later. We'll let Charlie announce that. But let's get to
Right.
the Flyers, buddy. Season has started, obviously. 1-2-1 right now. Get your thoughts on the first week of the season. I guess I will say we both were together for the home game here in
On Monday.
Philadelphia. Yeah, sorry, Monday against the Panthers, and it was a great game. Had a great time up in the box there. A lot of alumni like Ancio, Timo,
Yeah.
teaming in.
Smoking Joe.
Yeah, Smoking Joe was fired
Doing
up. Drop
play-by-play.
the puck.
Oh
Drop
yeah.
the puck, Joe. He ain't having it. You better shoot the puck,
You
TK.
better shoot it.
Jesus Christ, TK, shoot the puck. It was so funny. But yeah, seeing everyone up there, all our buddies, it was cool. And Flyers had a really good performance, a nice honor. They honored Bernie, and the really cool thing I thought also is the Flyers this year, their player of the game is getting the Bernie mask, and
Yeah,
it was fitting that Vladar ended up with it because he played really well.
he really did. Yeah, he kept him in the first for sure.
Yeah, he did. Coots with a 4-point night. I said, "Am I?" I texted him the next day. We're gonna expect this every game. He goes, "Whoa, pump the brakes, Nast." He says. But what were your thoughts of that first home game?
Yeah, that was the first game that I'd watched the entirety, and obviously was physically there to watch it. So I loved it. I loved the energy. As you mentioned, Vladar. There's a couple big saves in the first period, kept the boys in it. Coots 4-point night. He looked light. I mean, I was seeing this offline here, like best I've seen him look probably in the last couple of years.
Yeah,
And I understand that he's obviously gone through a bunch of injuries and adversity, so it was nice to see him find his feet, find his hands, excitement. He was pumped. Obviously, a big win, big goals. I love the energy. I mean, it was great. Again, just being around the alumni, the tribute to Bernie there, the standing O. But they needed to win that game.
they did.
They needed to find a way to score. Zegras with that magical play. I haven't seen a pass like that from a Flyer in a hot minute, probably since G was around. But it was exactly what they needed. They needed that home game. Yeah, great effort. They didn't, just too bad they couldn't carry it back over into last night against the Winnipeg Jets. Just come up short, obviously. You couldn't break the puck out, and you couldn't generate offense there. But overall, I thought first couple of games they had opportunities to score. They were in it. But Monday night's game was a testament to how they can play, the energy they can bring, and just really like a solid team effort.
Yeah, for sure. It was great. Also, before Monday's game, we were over in the morning and got to see Bob. Hey guys, here with my main man, Sergey Bobrovsky. Did you go to the Snoop Dogg concert last night?
Oh, I did.
No, I've told the story of our first trip. When you first got here, you're 20 years old, and we went, and it was a night. It was a night, right? Yeah. What was your favorite memory of playing in Philly? I know it was a short time, only 2 years, but
yeah,
unfortunately,
one of the favorite it was Cooper manager. He's Derek Settlemyre, so it was nice to work with him. He took care of me very well, so it was one of the great memories.
Oh, thank you, buddy. Hey, man. Congratulations, man. Miss you, buddy. Good seeing you the other night, too. I talked to him a little bit again, and it's always great seeing him. And I had to ask him about Snoop Dogg.
That was laughing. Funny. I was like, yeah. I knew he remembered it. I was just curious.
Oh, how do you forget?
Like, what our perspective of that moment was.
Yeah,
probably a little different than his. I mean,
ours was different.
Bodies were like,
yeah. Also, want to make a point about Foerster, Cates, and Brink. I mean, they picked up where they left off. They're such a good line. Do I dare say they've been their best line? I mean, they're pretty good, and they get a ton of chances. They're good in their own.
They generate so much out of nothing. Just that pressure, that forechecking. I mean, the pool skimmer that Foerster's got. They're all relentless. They're all smart, good checking-minded players. But when they get after it, they seem to always come up with pucks. I mean, I don't know how many grade A opportunities Foerster had last night again, but he just. Yeah. I mean, Bobby Brink the other night, man, he was just like a force to be reckoned with. He was buzzing and hungry and sticks on puck and like all the things that when you're a coach, you teach. It's just amazing that they just keep doing it shift after shift and game after game. And that the consistency is honestly just through the roof.
It really is. And you can see that they're actually putting them as the three forwards on the power play as well. I don't know if you've noticed that a couple times. They have. And why not? Because they're generating. But back to what you made a point about the play Zegras made. The most impressive, the pass was ridiculous. I mean, let's just be honest. It was so dirty. But the fact that he was behind the net, two guys come to him, Bennett hits him, and he fights through that to make that play. That was why I was like, whoa, okay. I'm not saying in the past, I thought he could kind of be a perimeter player at some points during a game. But that play right there was nice to see. And like, he is in a contract year, but that was a hell of a play. And you brought that up and he did get hit by Bennett, but he fought through that and made that play. It was sick. I was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, that was a serious play. And then I find it, not funny, but like, an observer on the ice, like the net front defenseman, I think it was Forsling there, and whoever the forward was, like they're looking at the play like there's no way he's getting out of this because two guys are like Bennett was trying to take his head off.
Yeah,
Ekblad, whoever the other guy, the defenseman was.
Yeah,
but some bodies coming at them with some speed and force. Like they're just nonchalantly standing in front of the net with a stick in the air. Just feathers that thing through backdoor through two guys. I mean,
and a great shot too.
Yeah, it was a great shot, but like. It's you could see even at the highest level, you let your guard down, just assuming that the play is taken care of until it's not. And then you got a highly skilled guy like that just pulling a puck, through feet and making that grade A play. So, I mean, it shows you what's possible with this guy offensively. I think everybody knows it. I think we being extra critical of him in preseason, but just maybe getting lost in D zone coverage, but. If you could just take 1 or 2% of the hunger and the thirst that Foerster's line, these guys are bringing, maybe just generate a little bit more offense on his own, just be able to turn a few more pucks over by just being, a little bit more aggressive. Not that, they're the same type of players, but I just want to see more. I want to see this guy make more magic happen as the rest of the fans do. But that certainly was special and timely. And, finding Coots back door, that's a big goal as a game winner. And I mean, it was nice to see.
Yeah, for sure. And, Riggs, real quick, I want to bring up, there's been a lot of talk all over the place about Matvei Michkov, and maybe he's a little out of shape, came in a little out of shape. Talk took up for him, said he had, maybe had an ankle injury, which makes sense, but it's funny. Baller was telling us that the NHL Edge, they put the chips in the guys' jerseys, and from their everything they've done in the first 4 games, his numbers are actually up as far as speed on the ice during the game. But he scored last night. He scored a goal, great shot. But what are your thoughts on Michkov? You think it's just going to take a little time? Does he look out of shape to you? What are your thoughts?
I mean, it doesn't jump out to me as like being out of shape. I mean, maybe just a little bit in his face, not really so much in his play. He's just, because he's not the fastest guy. He's never been, but he's quick when he gets going, top of the circles in generally. I'm seeing that. He's just, I mean, he's not playing that many minutes right now. I mean, he's probably one of the bottom forwards as far as minutes goes. Penalties.
He did get 19 minutes last night. He played more last night.
He played a lot last night. So it's a combination of, if he was producing more in the minutes he's getting, he'd probably be getting more ice time. He hasn't been producing. So therefore, even in times of trouble with penalties, you're not getting out there. You know what I mean? It's like, because you're not really producing, I would be pushing out Foerster's line there too. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just like, that's you, because that they're going to generate something. At the very least, they come off the ice, they generate some energy. They play it away from the net.
Yeah, they do. They do.
So I think it's a combination of things. If he hurt his ankle in the offseason, maybe it's just going to take a little longer for him to come back, a little bit lighter on his feet. But if the numbers are saying he's faster, it's clearly between the ears. He just needs to find a way to execute and finish, and find a way to get on the scoreboard. So we all know it's between the ears. Like, at this level, at this day and age, no one's coming into camp to get into shape. Everyone's in shape, as best as they can be based on, their physical health. But maybe just takes a couple games to get going. It was nice to see him kind of break that, break the seal there last night. He's going to be able to score. It's just like, how can we find more creative ways to generate a little more offense, So if the speed's there, it's just between the ears. Maybe you just got to simplify the game. Maybe you got to shoot more. I don't know, like, whatever it is. But
well, they got to stay out of the box too.
Stay out of the box, yeah, exactly.
Because he's not killing penalties, that's for sure.
That's right.
And Talk actually did bring that up, saying those minutes aren't, as much as they should be, because we're killing a lot of penalties. So we'll see what happens there. One last thing, Owen Tippett's name's been floating around with trade rumors, which I'm not the GM, so but he's 26 years old. I was kind of shocked to see a few posts about that. What are your thoughts on Tip?
Well, I think he's just one of those guys and one of those names. If he's not fully maximizing his potential, because if he was, he wouldn't be. No one would be talking about it. He'd be like, for sure, he's staying with the Flyers. He's a big part of the team. But I think it's any time that you don't fully bring that value and you're not fully like maximizing your performance, do these types of rumblings start occurring? Whether there's any like real truth to it, or if it's just another name thrown in the bucket as a good potential, hockey player. I still think he has a huge upside. I'm not sure we've seen it yet fully. I think he's got a lot of pieces, a big body that can skate and shoot in stride. Misses the net half the time, and then it's breaking out the other way. I mean, even if he just hit the net 25% more, we're talking about spending that much more time in the ozone. I know it's easier said than done, and obviously way more talented than I ever was. But like, I think if he just, we're talking offline here, if he just improved his game every single day a little bit and contributed a little bit more, few more minutes, be more of an impact player here in Philly, help Flyers win. No one's talking about moving this guy.
No,
because he's a big body. He's a power forward. I mean, to me, it's like he's a hard. He could skate, man. He's a hard to find these guys. But I think the consistency could be improved, obviously, because to my point, if it was there, we wouldn't be having this conversation. It's obviously a lot due to a lack of performance. Would we be having this conversation that people are shopping his names around? You string a couple games together, that just disappears and it's not a thing anymore. So I mean, you can argue he's got 2 goals, right? I mean, but he's on pace for 40. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
We talk about all the time. This guy is a 40 goal scorer. He should be every year.
Be,
the way he shoots the puck and pursues the puck.
He goes to the rack too. He'll take it and go to the hole.
Yeah,
he
will. Right,
goes to the net. So we'll see. I like Tip. I think he's going to have a way better year. I know he finished, I think, last year with 23 goals. I say he's going to get 30 plus, which would be great if he got 40. But I think Talk's going to be able to do a lot more in helping him, right? Like than maybe someone before. All right. Some news around the NHL, Riggs. Our good friend Carter Hart just agreed to a tryout in Las Vegas.
You're right, Nast.
So I guess I was. It was a guess, but
you got inside scoops.
He is there. Saw some clips of him practicing yesterday. Talked to him for a little while. So he can't play until December 1st, but I'm sure for him it's good to be back around a team and the guys and get going. Although I think he said he's been through 3 off-season workouts in the last a little while. But anyway, see what happens there. Not a bad team. Speaking of Jack Eichel, after he just signed that $108 million deal, 8 years, 13.5. He has 11 points in 5 games. So looks like a pretty good signing, Rick. Sounds like your men's league numbers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right? You're not getting paid that much.
In the bank.
I'll give you $108. Yeah, there you go. Also wanted to congratulate Brent Burns, old Burnsy, 1,500 games, man.
Wow, that's a lot of miles, man.
That's a lot. That is a lot of games. Now, if I told you the New York Rangers would have their first 3 home games and would not score a goal, what would you have said to me?
I'd say you're full of it, Nast.
I think you would.
And they're playing Rempy 20 minutes too. I think you're full of it.
But they are. They are. They're 2-3-1. But man, I mean, I'd love, maybe Baller can find out, but I would love to know like how long a home team has gone without scoring a goal at the beginning of a year. Like 3 games, man, in that building. That's insane, man. It's crazy. I still can't believe it. But a team that hasn't lost the games, the Carolina Hurricanes. 4-0 start. Hot Rod's got them buzzing around there pretty good. Yeah, Ghost, our boy Ghost with 7 points in those 4 games, 1 goal, 6 assists. Boy, he dances. He dances that blue line like oh man,
he loves it.
He is. He's just a tricky player, man. He's a tricky player.
Yeah, you know what I love about Ghost, and we were kind of talking offline around, a few defensemen and stuff. Really, just in general with players, but just the confidence that Ghost has is one thing, right? Confident to make plays and, eyes up and do his thing, swagger. But what I love about Ghost, because I coached him and observed him there for a few years back in the day, is that he would make a mistake and him and the whole building and the coaching staff would know he made the mistake. He would go back out there and make the exact same play, but execute it next shift. And it was such a beautiful thing to see someone to stare, adversity in the eye like that and deal with it that way. Because a lot of guys, a lot of guys, it's like they start cowering. It's like, it's like you almost lose, you take the confidence away from yourself. So I just wanted to mention that because every time I see him bobbing and weaving, like you say, dancing at the blue line there, it just like makes me smile because I know like every now and then he's gonna mess up. He's gonna flub one. He's gonna, hit a shin pad, or he's gonna over handle it because he just like just loves to stick handle. And it will go the other way, but it's not going to stop him. He's going to go back out
Right.
there and do his thing, and he's going to, make up for it tenfold. So it's a gift, you know what I mean? It's a gift to be able to let things go and not let them bother you and move on, man. That's he does it well.
I'm sure it helps a player like Ghost too, having a coach like Roddy that probably gives him that confidence. Now, when he was here, it wasn't going that great with AV. AV wasn't a huge fan, right? So that has to play a little bit into it, right? As a player, your mentality, the coach, those guys, I think we've said it before, there's just some players you just got to live with a turnover or something because the plays that they make, it must help to have a coach like Rod Brindamore who obviously has that trust in him and let him make his plays, right? You're going to turn one over here or there, something's going to happen, but the majority of the time he's making plays and he's got that confidence from his coach, and it has to build his confidence.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. What's up, Art?
I was just going to throw in the Shayne Gostisbehere stat I just read. This is from @KaneStats over on Twitter.
Shayne Gostisbehere now has 4 straight games with at least a +2 and 1 point in each game to start the season. The last player to accomplish this was Wayne Gretzky in 1988.
Wow.
That's baller.
A bomb dropped right there.
Dude, baller.
Oh.
That's why baller is the man.
That's it right there. That's why we're hyper focused on the Ghost today. Because I look back when I was coaching. I mean, yes, we're in the minor leagues, and he was our best defenseman when he got sent down there. And naturally, you're gonna keep pushing him around the ice. It didn't matter what he did. I mean, just the energy he brings and the way he plays. This idea of the old school way, it's makes a bad play, arms are up, sit the guy for the rest of the game. How is that helping the team, and how is that building this guy's confidence? Yes, there needs to be a message sent now and then, on what's acceptable, what's not, but you can't clip the guy's wings and expect him to grow. And I think this is what happens a lot. You see this, right? The coach clips the guy's wings and the guy never fully flies until he goes somewhere else where he's able to do his thing, again, within reason. I don't want to get this mistranslated by saying just do whatever you want and no one's going to say anything. No, I mean, within reason, within the limitations of the team structure, create, do your thing, do it with confidence and do it without hesitation. And that's what he does. And that's an amazing stat, Baller.
Baller, you're the man. Baller's the man. One last thing. Ottawa got a big hit to their team. Brady Tkachuk out 6 to 8 weeks. That is not good news for them. So hopefully he gets better soon. Riggs, it's about that time.
It's that time. I was thinking the same thing.
I think it is. The old vicious one is waiting.
He's waiting. Episode 212 with
birthday girl.
BKFC Ice Wars Women Champ Val Ruley, brought to you by our good friends at Camden Apothecary.
Driving hours outside of the city for your cannabis makes no sense when Camden Apothecary is just 5 minutes from Center City. It's right over the Ben Franklin Bridge. Easy to get to, no crazy wait times, and they've got everything you'd expect from a solid dispensary. Top shelf product from the brands people actually want. You can walk in or order ahead online if you already know what you want. They keep the process simple, the shelves stocked, and the vibes chill. Locally owned, no corporate weirdness, just a real shop run by people who care about the product and the community. They're open 7 days a week, right off 676 at 1205 Haddon Avenue in Camden, New Jersey, with a huge parking lot. Hit up CamdenApothecary.com to check out the menu or place an order. Again, that's Camden Apothecary, real close, real solid. All right, Nas, we got a special guest.
Yes, we do. I'm gonna introduce her, Riggs.
Yes, you are.
So I don't get beat up. This young lady is from Evanston, Illinois, and she just competed. She made history along with another young lady, Christina Berry. Made history fighting in the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championships. Ice Wars, Riggs. Ice Wars, you and I were there. We saw it.
Mm-hmm.
It was unbelievable. And let me just say, before we get going, this set the bar to a place where I'm not sure unless it's by this young lady, that this will be met again. It was just an unbelievable performance by both women. But please welcome to Nasty Knuckles, Mrs. Val Ruley. I want to call you Vicious. Because that's what I saw.
That's what I saw too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
I guess just start by giving us a little bit of your background with hockey and maybe even boxing, your training, everything like that.
Yeah. So I've been playing hockey since I was 2 years old. Like my dad was right on the skates. He was he's a USA hockey coach. He's done like a college coaching, like he's done everything. So as soon as I was born, my brother was born, we were thrown right on skates. Like there's a bunch of videos and pictures of us as kids, and all we do is have shinny sticks and balls and just hitting it around the house. So I've been playing hockey since I was 2. Growing up, I was always on 2 teams, a boys team and then a girls team. And then in high school, I was on 3 teams. I was on boys, girls, and high school. I kept playing as boys as long as I could until they stopped accepting me, because you got to make a couple arrangements to have a girl on the team. So I played that all the way up until I was 16 years old. And then boxing, I just started 2 years ago. So that's fairly new, but I've always had a passion for it. I always liked fighting. I got in a couple street fights in high school, whatever nonsense.
Oh boy.
And playing hockey, I was definitely tough.
I had heard you say you'd been in a street fight or two, and I was like, my God, the poor guy or girl that jumped in your way.
Yeah, right.
after watching you, man, I tell you what, can't judge a book by its cover. That's for sure, Riley. We know that.
Yeah, that's the truth. So is that where you got your edge? Was it on the street, not so much the hockey piece, or they one complement the other?
It was definitely boys hockey.
Hockey. It just gave you the confidence to pound somebody on the street.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Either playing boys hockey, either I get laid out or they get laid out, or whatever it is. So it definitely built my character up a lot.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
So when this opportunity comes around here, I'm not sure the exact timeline, 6 months ago, maybe a year ago, I'm not sure, like, are you like guns a-blazing, like, absolutely, where do I sign? Like you're mentally already prepared, you're already in it. Like walk us through the mindset and how this all kind of came to be.
So Anthony Mendoza, he called me, I want to say like middle of August, beginning of August. And he's like, hey, like they're looking for a girl for the Ice Wars. And I was like, oh crap. I was like, sign me up, give them my info. Oh yeah. As soon as I heard that, I was so excited because I always wanted to be in a hockey fight. That's always something I wanted to do, not just a little scraps in like men's league, but like actually like fighting somebody.
Get after it.
Yeah. So when Mendoza called me and he said that, I was like, yeah, sign me up, put me on. Wow. And then after that, I was just training 6 days a week. I was 100% focused on it. So now it's kind of weird coming back and not having anything to do. I'm just, I'm taking a break from training for a little bit, reconnecting with my life.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you definitely, your guys' fight. I think I was talking to Charlie Nama, the CEO, obviously, and he was telling me your guys' fight, and I've seen it everywhere, like has over 1 million views. And I say this respectfully, I didn't know what to expect because you don't see girls fight on ice, right? Like even in hockey, you'll see them pushing and shoving, and obviously there's women, unbelievable hockey players, but I was just wondering about like the balance, because you just don't see that, right? And I was a trainer with the Flyers, and Riley, we've been together for years, and he was on our team, and I've seen 1 million fights, and I was just so curious to see, because meeting you both, I'm like, you both look tough, pretty and tough, but you can tell you both were really fit. Tough. And I was like, pretty tough. No, seriously, I was anxious to see how it'd go. And I got to tell you, you guys stole the show. I mean, you stood there like, if I didn't tell someone these are 2 women, and again, that's not a disrespectful thing. It's just because you've never seen women fight on ice. You see women fight BKFC, UFC, but you stood there, and I mean, Riles, we were talking about this, like you were just standing in there and pounding away. But I was amazed, and I literally think you guys stole the show with that fight.
Oh, yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, I think so too. I agree with you. Not to like toot my own horn, but I think we definitely had one of the best fights of the night, if not the best one, because like you said, we set the bar really high.
Yeah, for sure.
And now, introducing first in the red corner, making her Ice Wars debut. She stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing 148.2 pounds, from Chicago, Illinois, Valerie Ruley. And her opponent also making her Ice Wars debut. She stands 5 feet 7 1/2 inches tall, weighing 146.2 pounds, from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Here is Scary Barry, Christina Barry.
All right, here we go.
Now they're getting ready to take to the center of the ice box. Christina Scaryberry and Val Ruley.
Both girls looking intense. Let's see how this goes.
Here we go. Oh!
Wow. Oh! Wow. There is no waiting, no feeling each other out.
Oh! Look at the spirit of these two. They are chucking.
Valerie Ruley really landing good
They're
shots.
going toe-to-toe! Unbelievable!
Nice.
Look at this. Look at the stamina. You talked about the physicality of these girls. They are in such good shape.
It looks like Christina Barry's already cut.
Yeah, Val Ruley just underneath right now. Using that leverage, finding
blood
space.
dripping everywhere. Nice shot. She's looking for the big shot.
She came right underneath, and she's being able to use that leverage for throw those uppercuts. Christina Barry coming back, trying to come over the top.
Look at her just controlling the body. Wow, there is a lot of blood on the ice. Oh my gosh. Look at that hematoma on her face. Jeez.
Look at the size of that. That looks like a little mouse right there.
Look at her. She is tough as nails, though. Wow.
They went, I mean, we saw what they did. They did what the guys hadn't done yet. They went toe-to-toe.
They did go toe-to-toe, throwing right hands, and Christina Scary Barry really took some big shots, and Valerie Ruley really landed big on that.
Yeah, Christina Barry's getting checked out right now to make sure that she can continue in this fight. As you said, Ian, trying to keep the blood out of the eyes is paramount for these fighters.
Yeah, the doctor's taking a look, she's ready to go. Oh, she's ready to go.
Look at that mouse on her cheek. That is absolutely unbelievable.
Wow, she had so much heart, though. She wanted to continue, and, you know, unfortunately, the doctor stopped it. Doctor stoppage.
So Val Ruley comes out and decides to go toe-to-toe, has that long reach.
Yeah.
And really made a big difference.
Yeah.
You can see Val pretty excited in the corner right there. I'm sure her boys will be extremely pleased with that result. And they're still doing a check on Christina Barry in the corner. That was a huge hematoma that she took.
Yeah.
both ladies here after that great fight. You can see they're commending each other. This is the beginning of the fight. This is where you can see these two ladies going toe-to-toe. They're really, really throwing. And that's where I believe that hematoma on her cheek came. And the stoppage was in the first round, as that mouse was just too much. Let's send it to our ring announcer, Matthew Perino, for the call.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a hand for the first ever two females competing in BKFC Ice Wars. The bout comes to a halt at 50 seconds in the very first round. Declare the winner by TKO, Valerie Ruley.
Yes, for sure. The bar was set extremely high, like we said before, and you guys stole the show. I mean, 50 seconds into the first round, it ends in a TKO. And another thing I have to say is, I mean, not only were you standing there, but I mean, you threw some uppercuts, and there's it's cool because there's a few different views of other people with the fight. The one that was on the Instagram, you could tell because you see the head go back, but you threw almost a side uppercut. And that one, I think there was already damage done because the blood was leaking. So I think Christina had to kind of try to shield herself, and I give her credit. I mean, and I know you did. What a warrior, because she stood in there too. But I mean, it was just, Riles, it reminded me of watching you back in the day, chucking like that.
Wide open.
Wide open.
Oh yeah. No, I loved it. Yeah, it was the old punches and bunches. That was, like exactly what you'd expect in a hockey fight. I think we saw you talking about this on another podcast. You were talking about, like, how you visualized the fight and like how you kind of thought it was going to go. And I think you said like a straight up hockey fight, like you're going in there and as you did. Maybe we talk to that, the mindset there.
Yeah, I didn't go in it like with any other mindset than like, I'm going to grab that shoulder and I'm just going to feed my right hand, because my coaches always tell me, like, throw that right, like your right is deadly, like you could knock someone out, like whatever. And when the bell rang for this fight, like I knew, like, like the savage in me like came out, and it just let it go. It just let it rip. And I think that's exactly what I needed to do. I've seen a million hockey fights. Me and my family are huge hockey fans, so I always grew up seeing it. I always love the ones where they're just clocking and going at it. So that was my mindset, is that's all. That's exactly what I wanted to do, was just get it going.
Well, you did that. And you definitely set the tone. You made it look like you had maybe that night a tiniest, like littlest mark there on the face. I'm not even sure. Like, did you really get hit? That you still got it there?
Yeah, right there a little bit.
Okay, a little bit, yeah. So I mean, like, you hadn't really had that much experience getting hit, right? I mean, maybe in your training, maybe a couple of your street fights, taking a couple of blows. But like, what was it like taking, sitting in there? You're obviously giving them, but taking a few. If you even did, really.
Right. The one that did this is in the beginning when she fell, it literally just went right up and right under that little helmet. It hit me right there in my eyebrow. Right. But no, I spar like 2 to 3 times a week. So I'm kind of used to getting hit. It's not like new territory for me. And then I was watching over the fight and I saw she was like, hitting me like here a little bit. And I was like, I didn't feel it. Like you just don't feel anything. The adrenaline rushing like just really stops that and numbs it. And your flight or fight mode is really kicked in.
Sure.
So I really didn't feel anything until like the next morning. My hand is sore, like my arms are sore. I felt it on my eyebrow. So yeah, I think I was prepared for it. I mean, not quite 100% prepared, but I knew, it wasn't going to be a 16-ounce boxing glove. Like I knew it was going to be a bare knuckle.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's impressive.
Riley, you know that, and we have a, I think what is this, 211, Riley, 212?
212.
Shows we've done, and we've had a ton of tough guys on. Obviously that was Riley's biggest role in hockey with the Flyers and his whole pro career. But we always ask, because it's interesting. Well, I was always an equipment manager, so I didn't have to worry about fighting. But these guys, we always ask, like, how did you sleep the night before? Because I did hear you say, leading up, it's like, okay, but then by the time like Monday or Tuesday hit, you're like, wow, I'm in this now, and it's real. So did you have any trouble sleeping, or were you pretty good?
No, I was fine. I was like strangely really calm. Especially like right before the fight, like I was laughing in the locker room. I'm having a good time chatting with my brother, like chatting with other people, whatever. And Wolftail's like, why are you so happy? Like getting like game or whatever. I'm like, nah. I'm just happy to be here. I'm ready to go. Like I was just so confident in my training and like in myself that I really didn't have any nerves. I was just ready to go, ready to get it fired up.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, well,
and
you did that.
You did that. And it shows you the different ways you can prepare for the exact same thing. We see this in hockey, right? I mean, some guys take it very serious, their prep. Some guys play kickball and loosen up completely. Probably the same thing in the fight game. You got guys that are sitting there like literally like going through every scenario in their head. And you got other people probably like yourself that like you're mentally already ready. You already know what you need to do. You just need to like the fight to happen now. Yeah. But you can see the difference in the mindset. And I think like that approach that you have is a powerful one. It's probably not the easiest one to have sometimes because we worry too much. But sitting back and just being confident in your ability and knowing that like, you're prepared. Like no amount of worry is going to change anything, right? Exactly. Just wasted energy.
Yeah, going into it, I knew. Like it's one-on-one combat, So I knew like it was either her or it was me, and I knew it wasn't gonna be me. So unfortunately, it had to be her. She's awesome though. She's an awesome person.
She was, it was funny, Val. You were getting interviews when she came in. Christina came in. I was like, she was pissed, right? She's like. And the guys were trying to kind of console, like, hey, you battled, like, she's like, fuck that. Look at my face. She's pissed off, right? I'm like, man, like, but you stood in there and I give her all the credit in the world for getting in there with you. And by the end of it, when she left, she was like, so nice to be, I said, well, I hope you feel better. She goes, well, I look like Frankenstein, but hopefully. I said, you might not feel better in the morning. You might be a little more sore tomorrow, but she was really good about it. And I know you guys talked and everything, and she was a warrior, and you're a warrior. But I wanted to tell you this, Val. You were way more calm than Riles before games. This guy had about. I always say he would get there way too early before the game. 3:30 for a 7 o'clock start. 3:30, about 8 black coffees, Sooties.
I had to get the coffee and Sooties in. I need the time.
He had to get himself into that role. And you're right. I remember walking by the room before you fought, and I just saw you standing there talking, and I'm like, damn, she's calm as can be, which is probably a good thing, but hard for some, right? Like because you see other guys pacing and. Riles, you dealt with it, for a long time, man. When you got to fight, and it's not the easiest thing. But I tried
to stay loose and like pretend, like it wasn't bothering me and I wasn't thinking about it, but I was clearly thinking about it. It's like it wasn't just so. I don't know. It was just like because I think too, the idea that you could potentially fight twice or 3 times. You know what I mean? It's like this idea of like, okay, well, my job could be done after like 30-second fight to be like, okay, well, I could be fighting, 10 minutes later and who knows what, there's just a lot of question marks around it. So you're always anticipating how it goes. I actually say a lot, like I almost wish that the bell would ring and then that would be my time to fight. It would make things a lot easier. I feel like on just like the knowing of when the fight's going to happen. But I mean, a little different animal. It was just, but like the anxiety definitely got to me. It was just like, and I fried my own nervous system, as Nasty mentioned, with the coffee and the Sudafed. It was fried. I'm still in recovery mode. Let's put it that way. Oh my God.
There's a funny story when Craig Berube's a good friend of ours. He's the head coach in Toronto, and he coached Riley, and he's been Philly a long time, and I've known him since I was a kid because my dad was a trainer with the Flyers when I was growing up. So Chief got beat really bad one night by Lyndon Byers from Boston, and so the next time they're playing him, everybody knows, like, Chief, he's got to go fight this guy. And he said, all I want to do is just get it over with. I want to get out there and fight him right away. Well, Keenan doesn't play him one shift in the first period. So now they come out for the second period, and Byers is playing. He's loose. He's getting to play in the game. And finally, someone on the tee, I don't remember who it was, maybe Dave Bullitt or someone goes, hey, get him out there. He goes, I'm trying to wear Byers out so Chief can get him. He goes, he needs to get on the ice and fight, man. Like, he's going to lose his mind. So he felt out there. He did better in that fight. But could you imagine? You just, like you said, you're just sitting there. At least you know, Val, when I'm fighting, they're coming to get you. You walk that red carpet, and boy, did you put a show on. It was so entertaining. And congratulations. Riles was saying before he jumped on, we got the queen of the ring or of ice.
Right.
Here, but the queen of the ice.
It was amazing. There you go. That's right.
So what's next? Like, how does this work? I mean, it sounds like going into 2026, there's gonna be fights every month. Like, are you currently on the cards, or how does that all work now? You're the champ, so
100%. Yeah, I told him, like, I'll be here as long as you want me here. I loved it. I love the adrenaline of it. I love punching, getting punched, all the whole thing. I hope they can find me opponents and whatnot, because I feel like after that one, it's a bit intimidating. I'm not sure how many people are gonna jump up to fight me, but I sure hope that. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know.
I sure hope that they find more people.
I won't.
Yeah, Nazi's 0-4-1, so
I'm thanks, Riggs. Thanks for telling her I'm 0-4-1. It's true, Val. I am. Oh man. Well, listen, we want to tell everyone also, by the time this comes out, your birthday is tomorrow. So happy birthday, young lady. I know you got some plans tonight. We appreciate you joining us, and I hope you have a really happy birthday. And again, congratulations. You were absolutely amazing. The whole card was great. I think they blew it out of the water. Charlie, Nama, and Ian. I just think it was great. So BKFC 4 Ice Wars is going to be great, and hopefully we're going to see you soon.
I hope so. I really do. I would love to get out there again, scrap.
Oh yeah, you will.
Awesome. For sure.
All right. Well, appreciate your time, and good luck with your training and however this thing plays out. And keep killing it.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.